Hi guys, I am Susan from Orange Light Energy. I am doing a quick video now to talk a little bit about the energies of August, what we can expect, how we can work with them, how they can help us. So, if you see smoke, I have incense burning. I deliberately have that here, just trying to clear the air a little bit. You know, the past few months have been really heavy, personally and as a collective. But it feels like that may start to ease soon. So I just want to bring some incense in to share it with anybody here, to just clear our energy, to clear our space, to clear the collective space, because it's going to help all of us to be able to let things go, to be able to move through these energies. So I have a channeled message from my guide, Archangel Metatron, and then I have as well some cards that I pulled to try and give us an understanding of what might come. And you'll find there's a lot of people online. I know my business partner Jennifer does an August energy as update as well. You know, we're all picking up on different parts of these energies. So whichever one you resonate with, you know, take the parts of each one that work for you. The things that resonate with you, the things that feel relevant to where you are. Because we're all on our own path, we're all at our own place and going through our own things. So each one of these videos, everybody that's bringing through information is doing it in a way that they want to be able to help you, to be able to bring to you the information that you need. We're all working with different guides, with different energies, you know, with different audiences. And so for each of us, no, I know with Jennifer, she brings through a lot more with her galactic guides, with these bigger concepts of things, whereas for me, they have me talk more about how is this within your life? How can you heal something? How can you move through an energy? You know, everybody's different, so take what is helpful to you and just put the rest down if it doesn't feel like it's your message. So I'm going to start with the channeled message that I have. This came from Archangel Metatron. I asked him what does it help us to know in August? What will be something that is of benefit to us, that can help us move through things in the most beneficial way? So what he had said, the energies of August are about potential, about hope, about moving past obstacles and breaking free of restrictions. Many of the restrictions you hold are self-imposed, fears and wounds that you hold that would pull you back, that would impact your ability to see in truth your own potential. The lion that you connect with this portal day is a beast of power, one who carries with it the expectation of strength and of power. This too is possible for you if you choose it to be so. To see yourself as weaker is to be weaker. The power is truly yours to choose. Your path, the energy that you bring, is the energy that you call forward, and so it will serve you well to be mindful of such. Choose your responses and choose how you would react to your triggers and your wounds. Choose how it is that you would proceed to reach what it is that you hope. Step outside of the distractions and bring focus to your own energy and your own growth in this time of ripe potential. There is much progress that can come in these energies, and we would call it to your awareness. There may be choices you feel pulled to, things that have felt out of reach but now are close at hand. Things that require bravery and a willingness to step towards the new. Where there is conflict within your life, look to its source. Look to its origin and choose with clarity how you would move from this energy. Do you need to step from something that has been of great value in your life that now is outgrown? Or do you see a new path forward? Feel within yourself how you experience these conflicts, the areas of your life and your energy where they hold impact, and recognize the bigger framework and truth, even as this may bring you discomfort. Discomfort need not be feared. It is a sign that the old is ready to fall away, a sign that you are ready to move beyond it, that you have outgrown and moved past this lesson. You need not cling to what has been familiar. Allow yourself instead to release or redefine what no longer serves. What others around you expect need not be your truth. Be true to yourself and allow yourself to feel inspired and whole. As you mask your truth, as you hide your light, to pacify and bring comfort to others, you limit yourself in ways that offer safety and comfort, yet do not allow for growth and true fulfillment. As you allow yourself to truly be seen, your light can impact and change the spaces around you, planting the seeds of a future you cannot yet perceive. Bravery and the willingness to change will serve you well. The ability to be agile, to be fluid in these times will serve you well. Your world and your energies are in flux, transforming in the process of renewal, of rebirth. Allow yourself the full potential of these times, not restricting yourself through the fears that need not be held. August holds the energies of destruction, the falling of the old, but also the energies of creation, of the building of something new. Creating with your hands or your mind, a time when all that you can imagine can be possibility if you bring it within your energy. Again, be mindful of where you stand in these energies, how you interact and receive them. Do you allow for the growth, or do you give in to the fears? Always the choice is yours, and so we bring you this guidance so that you may, for yourself, understand the possibilities and choose with greater consciousness the path that you shall take. This is a big message. It's about us choosing, recognizing the potential. They talked about the Lion's Gate, 8/8. It's one of the biggest, most well-known portal days of the year. It's a time for manifestation, a time for creating your own future, a time for calling to you the energies that you want. I think they said this in some way, you're seeding a future you cannot yet perceive. So where do you plant those seeds? Where do you want to grow? What are the things that you want? If you don't move towards them, if you don't take those first steps, how will you get there? And you don't have to hold yourself back with that stuff. Just because it's not somebody else's ideal, doesn't matter. What is it that you need? What is it that you look to do? It could be something like learning a musical instrument. It could be traveling to a place, taking a class, creating something, building something. Have you been putting something off? Have you been pulling back through fear of not taking the next step with things? Have you held yourself in a situation that is damaging to you, that is limiting to you, because it's comfortable, because it's safe? There's all of these things that are ready to be let go, ready to be moved beyond, but we have to be willing to do it. We have to be willing to push ourselves past what is comfortable. And Metatron talks often about comfort zones. It's a place where we feel safe, and often we've had a lot of lifetimes that we haven't felt safe, and now we're here and we're like, no, this feels good. But you limit yourself with that. Talk about if your safety zone is this circle, every step that you take outside of that shows you something new. If you stay in this circle, that's all you can see. But you take a step outside of this, suddenly you've got new opportunities. You got two new choices, and from that path, which one you take gives you more opportunities and more opportunities. If you stay in this circle, you can't see any of those things. So there's this urging to be willing to move forward, this urging in all of us to it's kind of like just to let go, to allow ourselves to move forward, to not hold ourselves back through these fears. And that can be hard. How we move through that, it's personal. There may be things that we feel drawn to, but we don't feel ready to push past it yet. That's fine. If you can't do all of it right now, then how can you work towards it? What are the steps you can take that begin this process? Is it having a difficult conversation? Is it finding a community outside of what you already have? Is it learning something? Is it looking for a new job? Starting to think about looking for a new job? Are you starting your own business? What are the things you have felt drawn to, but you have pulled yourself back? The energies of August, the 8/8 portal, are the energies that say, go, go, go. This is your time. This is the time to seize these opportunities. So the cards that I pulled, the first grouping was from this deck, the Energy and Spirit Oracle. And these ones, The first one is creation, the number 37. For anybody in our Patreon group, anybody who follows my business partner Jennifer on Medium, 37 has just been this big number that I don't remember what I'll look the information and try and put the links to it below the video, because 37 I think was around manifestation. It's like a master number for something. I'm going to put the information in the description below. But it says soul expression, something new. You know, she's watering flowers. We just talked about the seeds. Like, this is the time. If you think when you get to the fall, when you're looking at September, October, that's harvest time. But you have to plant the seeds. You have to put these plans in motion. You have to take the first steps. You don't have to do all of it now, but what are you planning? What are you moving towards? Where are you putting your energy? Second one, divine presence, the force of love and creation. So talk about creation again, but how are you being helped with this? How are you allowing yourself to be helped with this? No, I know not everybody hears their guides. Maybe you don't feel your guides. They're there. They're around you, and it can show, whoops, sorry, kicking my tripod. It can show up in every day. What do you feel guided to? Who do you feel to talk to? Those days when you reach out to somebody who really needed you. The moment when, something happened that was unexpected, but it brought you to something you wouldn't have known otherwise. These are all ways that the divine is helping you. They're bringing you opportunities. In the Isis healing that I do often, it's not always about how she brings the messages to you. It's about the opportunities that she brings. It's about how does she bring you these ways to resolve situations. They talked about conflict, situations within your life that maybe you've been putting up with it. How do you approach it differently? Let the divine help you. When I ask for help, always come from gratitude. You can ask Metatron if you have a different guide, ask them. Thank you for bringing your energy to this situation for the highest possible outcome. No, you don't have to define what that outcome is. Leave it open to your guides. Let them bring this to you in the way that is the highest energy, the highest outcome. Surrender to it and let them help you. When I started working with Isis, it was interesting because there was conflict within my life, and it was opportunities to talk about difficult situations that would come up. Ways to talk about them in ways that were more gentle, that were outside of what I would have expected, less confrontational. And that's what I feel with this. Let Spirit help you. Ask them for help. And it doesn't have to just be about conflict. It can be about any area of your life. If you're looking for a new job, bringing their energies in, thanking them for help, thanking them for bringing you the highest possible outcome, for bringing you the opportunities that serve your highest path. You don't have to take all of the weight on yourself. Just looking, this is the number 44, so you've got another, 44. It's those repeated numbers, the angel numbers. I should know what 44 is because my birthday is 4/4. I have my necklace with the 4/4. It's my favorite portal number. Still don't know what it means, but if you want to look it up, this is card 44. So here, releasing difficulty up from the depths. This is somebody moving towards light, moving out of struggle, moving forward. And this they talked about too. It's a time of transformation, but it's an easing of energies, and it might not come right away. Things take time, but you are moving in the right direction. She's moving upwards. She's moving towards an area of light out of this mist. If you're moving out of the mist, you're coming to a place of greater clarity. You're coming out of where there may have been confusion, and you're moving forward. This feels like, Spirit again. And here, Spirit was represented by this light. And now this figure is moving towards that. Trust, connection. Again, 8/8, the energies of August, manifestation, but it's about intuition. It's about your connection. How you understand the world, how you understand yourself. Put these down. And then the last one from this deck, soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. Okay, gratitude is, oops, I dropped the other cards. Gratitude is a really high vibrational energy. It's an energy that can move you forward when you start to appreciate the things that you have in your life. Again, they've talked a few times recently about this caterpillar in the chrysalis, and now here we get the butterfly. What is really important? What are you growing towards? What are you becoming? You can become more when you can see the path that you have been on. When you don't only see the struggle that has been within it, but instead you also see, what did it teach you? Even in these times of struggle, the times of hardship, what did it teach you? It's about balance too. If you're looking in the scale, there's gold. What is it you're putting your energy? Isis they just had me mention her session, but then she had a message too that she brought forward that was about what is truly of value. Is it the monetary, the material things that you have, or is it your soul, your happiness, the fulfillment that you feel? And this is showing the balance. Where is the balance for you? Are you happy? Do you have the things that you want? Are you in the place that you want to be? It makes me feel happy to see the butterfly. So the next deck that I had, I love this, anything when it has cats. The Blooming Cat Oracle. I hadn't used these ones in a while, but I love this deck. I think the lesson there is I have too many decks and they get lost and I forget about my favorites. But this again comes in, trust, the leap of faith. You can do it. Here's the cat and here's the ball of wool, the thing it really wants to play with, but it's got to get over this space. You can look at this and you can see it can do it. But it's sitting there, it's waiting. Am I ready? Am I ready? And I feel like this came up in a message recently too. And saying you'll never be ready. Do it anyway. You can learn along the way. You can find the pieces of information that you need, but if you don't take those first steps, you're not going to find any of it. If this cat sits here all day, nothing is coming. There's also up here this flower representing the sun. That's the energy of Ra. And a God energy, one who's here to empower, to show you the way forward, to bring you strength. If you feel connected to that kind of energy, go for it. Reach out to his energy. Allow yourself to feel that. Okay, the next one, intuition. You are guided by your higher self. So we're talking about the month of August is about intuition, manifestation. Your intuition is showing you the way. Your connection is showing you the way, but you have to trust it. You have to believe it. All of these messages are coming into you and you're getting these nudges every day, but do you believe it? Do you trust yourself? Do you allow yourself to believe that that is it? Again, a lot of us past lifetimes, we have had times of persecution, times when to be strong, to be connected has brought you a lot of trauma, and it takes a lot to push past that. There's a lot of things to heal, to work through, to release, to be truly comfortable with your connection. Even if in this time it's something you're really working towards, something that you really, really want to find. There can be blocks, there can be restrictions. So trust is huge, trusting that you are safe, trusting, I'm saying trust because that's on this card. Trusting your intuition, trusting that you can do this, trusting that the guidance is there. And sometimes it's a lower emotion when you worry, when you overthink, when you hold yourself back through fears. So if you can trust, it's a whole new place. And trust takes time. It's something that you build, something that you understand over time. When I first started doing healing work, I was really cautious, really anxious, but now the more that I do it, the more open I am to seeing things, to understanding things, the more willing I am to ask questions, the more comfortable I feel, the safer I feel. And that can be a lot of this. Trust, because we live in volatile times. We live in times when a lot of us don't feel safe, where we feel unsettled, where things never feel set, like there's always something to make us feel fear. And that makes it hard to let go, to surrender. So the next card here, forgive. It's okay to make mistakes. So to forgive has been a really strong energy here. Over the last month specifically, it's come up a lot in healings. My own Reiki teacher brought it up to me as well. It's a really powerful energy. And to forgive is not only to forgive the people you have perceived to have wronged you, the people and the events that you have struggled with, but also to forgive yourself. The things that you have criticized yourself for, the things that you struggle with, the choices that you have made, the actions that you have taken. Again, this comes back to forgiving yourself. Letting go of what has brought you learning, what has brought you to this place. Where was it? The gratitude card. What did the hardships bring you? What did you learn from it? How did you grow from it? Nothing is without purpose. Nothing is by accident. And as you can recognize how it helped you, what it brought to you, even if it may not be something you are proud of, let yourself move through it. Let yourself recognize that it held value, and then move forward. You know, the cat in this picture knocked over the plant. Is it going to do it again? If it's my cat, probably. But, you know, from our perspective, you did it. It wasn't a good experience. You didn't do it again. You learned. There was a new experience. You got understanding from it, and you moved forward. What comes next? I don't know what order I pulled these in. Friendship. You surround yourself with great companions. Community. Finding like minds. And that can be building your own community, finding a community. We have our Patreon group, which is amazing. I love you guys. It's a safe space. It's a place to come and to work and speak with others who experience the world in the way that you do. But your community can be anything. It's any place. Is it people you know locally, a group who gather, your friends? It doesn't just have to be about the spiritual. It's just about having a support system, having people that you can talk to, that you can be yourself around. Talked about that too. Don't wear a mask for other people. Be yourself. Be unapologetically yourself. Let your light shine. Inspire other people instead of pulling back and hiding yourself. And when you feel supported, when you feel like you have a community, like you have those that will support you, that is easier. Okay, the next one. Grow. Seize opportunities for growth. So I know in Jennifer's video, the fox has come up quite a lot this year. But growth, look, we're talking about planting the seeds, and now here's this flower growing. It's again, seize the opportunity, grow. Don't pull back from that. No, don't regret what you didn't do. No, if you try something and you don't like it, then don't do it again. But it might be amazing. It might be life-changing. You know, the first time I ever went to a Reiki session, I was terrified. I had no idea what to expect. It changed my life. It changed everything. And you never know what will be that thing for you. What will be the thing that cracks you open, that shows you a path in your life you had never imagined. Grow. Seize opportunities for growth. Conquer. You are overcoming self-imposed limitations. Again, they brought this up at the beginning of the message that I had. Many of the restrictions you hold are self-imposed. Fears and wounds that you hold that would hold you back, that would impact your ability to see in truth your own potential. How we view ourselves is very different to how others perceive us. Everybody's coming from a place of their own wounding. And if we've had lifetimes, we've had challenges, we've had things that have held us back, that have brought us to this lower space, that have made us doubt ourselves, it's hard to push yourself forward. It takes real strength, real determination. But this is about encouragement. Conquer. To conquer something is to overcome, is to step beyond it. To find the light on the other side. And they're bringing me back to this lady. To find the light on the other side. She's coming out of something and she's moving towards something new. She doesn't look exuberant. She doesn't look like she's had an easy path. No, and what we're moving through doesn't have to be easy. but it's your willingness. You are overcoming self-imposed limitations. You're choosing to move yourself forward. You're choosing to take this path. Nurture, care for your inner child. So this came up when I was talking about the energy shift the other day, I think. Your inner child is about joy. It's that gentle energy of a child, their willingness to explore, their willingness to understand things in a new way, their willingness to surrender. I was talking to somebody this morning about this because we do sessions too for children, you know, if parents will request it for them, if there's something they feel they need. And there was a message that had come through talking about the potential of doing that for children, because children are less resistant, they're more open to change, they don't fear change. Their whole life is about change. They're learning, they're growing, their body is changing, their mind is changing. Learning is just natural for them, absorbing all of these things. And so to clear things, to show them new things, they receive it with a lot less resistance. They're not as, I don't know what the right word is. When you're an adult, you're more sure that you have learned what you need. You're more set in your ways. You're more structured in your thinking. But for a child, it's more open. It's more vibrant. It's more excited for the potential in all of these things instead of looking at it from fear. Their experiences are not yet at the stage that they are for an adult. So in part, that's what this is. Can you bring your mind to that point where you can get past the restrictions of an adult mind, a mind who has experienced so many things, who has preconceived ideas about how things should be, expectations of how things should be, and instead come to a place where you can just receive, where you can be in that place of being open, of letting go of resistance. But there is too, with the inner child, that playfulness, the joy, the willingness to see the fun in things, to not be afraid of joy, of play, to do the things that bring light into your life. Again, are you playing a musical instrument? Are you playing a sport? Are you growing flowers? Are you painting? What are the things that are bringing you joy, bringing you balance, the things that allow you to step out of the seriousness of life? Surrender is the next card. Let go of what you can't control. I love that. A little Zen cat who looks very meditation-like. You know, there's a lot of things in our world, in our lives, that we cannot control. We don't have control over it, and we have to accept that. But look instead to what can you change. You know, again, it was in this message. They're talking, am I in the right part? Yeah, let me find. I don't know. I know it was in there. There was this thing about within conflict, you know, how does it make you feel? Where is it present in your life? Just how can you move through something? If you can't control it, but you can control how you interact with it, control how you work with it, what you are willing to accept, what boundaries you have in place. You can work within your own energy even if you cannot control the bigger situation. When it comes to the bigger things in our world that I know can be really traumatic to look at right now, a lot of these things are outside of our control. There are situations that we cannot necessarily be hands-on with. We cannot take direct actions. But there is also the sense of, for some of us, that's not our role. And so sending light to these events, no, I rub my hands together, feel the energy, and imagine myself making a ball of light. This light, and I set the intention for this light to bring healing, to work towards the highest possible outcome, and I send it into regions of the world that are struggling right now. You can send it in that way, or you can do it to situations in your own life. If there is conflict, create a ball of light, or you may prefer to just imagine light coming from your palms. However you feel right doing this kind of thing, it's fine, but you're focusing your energy, focusing your light, and you're pushing it where you want to send it. And you can set the intention. I always like to say for the highest possible outcome, highest possible timeline, to just give it that freedom to play out in the way that it needs to, because as an incarnated soul, we don't know all of the answers, all of the possibilities. We don't know all of the ways that this can play out. We don't know what learning it is bringing. We don't know what its purpose is. We don't know what the possibilities for resolution are. And so, again, it brings us back to surrender. If you can't control it, what can you do? You know, sending light, sending your intention. If you're manifesting something, imagine peace in these areas. Imagine compassion going to these areas. You can also, if it feels right to you, call in the energies of Mother Mary, of Kuan Yin, of any energy that is related to the conflict that is going on. You know, Mother Mary and Kuan Yin are beautiful energies of compassion, of gentleness, of safety, of soothing, energies that can help a lot with grief and with emotional struggle, that can bring support in those times. I've used them a lot around grief, you know, people who are in hospice close to passing, but also for energies when people are in these times of great trauma. So surrender doesn't have to mean you do nothing. It can be about recognizing what can you do and what can you not. What is your role in this? And giving yourself enough of a boundary that you do not bring yourself lower because of things beyond your control. All right, this is the last card. Create. Creativity flows through you. So again, the energies of potential. What can you create? You can create and build something, but also you can be creating yourself. You can recreate yourself. What do you want to be? What are the things in your life right now that you would change? What are the things that you want to be doing differently? You know, write yourself a list. What are the things that if you could do anything, you would do? No, just the list. It doesn't have to be something that you do right in this minute. Keep adding to it. Places you would travel to, things that you would learn, things you would experience. No, it's not about the material aspects of things. This is about the nourishment of your soul. What do you need? What will help you to grow? What will bring you those next steps? Because again, it's being willing to take the steps, no matter how big or small. Each step leads you somewhere new. No, I talked about when I first went to a Reiki class, or not even a class, a Reiki healing, and it changed things for me. I met Jennifer, my business partner, in an online chat group for a meditation group. I didn't know when I joined that group how it would change my life. I was a graphic designer working in New York City, loving my job, quite happy. And then maybe a year after I joined that group, all of a sudden everything changed and I had to start navigating how do I change my life in all of these ways? How did I get from there to doing what I'm doing now? And it's huge. You never know. I had a reading that sent me to an Akashic Records reading. In the Akashic Records reading, I came to the meditation group. In the meditation group, I meet Jennifer. Something cracks the two of us open, and suddenly we're on YouTube doing energy healing business. And it just, you never know. These were small steps that led to bigger steps. And you might feel afraid. No, when you're doing these things, my reluctance to go to the Reiki in the beginning is probably because my soul knew it was a big deal. And my mind was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. You know, it's the fear of that. Your fear of change, the fear of something that changes your life in these profound ways. But if you don't take those first steps, you don't find whatever it is that you're moving towards. And for each of us, that will be different. But I think this is a really important card to end on, to create. You are creating your own life. You're creating who you are, what you are. And it should all come down to what feels right to you, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. But this is coming forward now because this is August. This is the manifestation month. The energies of the 8-8 portal are supporting you in this. They're putting these amplified energies behind you, and they keep just saying everything is possible, which my human mind goes, that can't possibly be true. But they keep saying it. They've said it to me multiple times today, and I keep pushing back on it. So that's my own resistance. But realistically, right now, what do you want? What do you want? What do you choose? How do you want to grow? Who do you want to be? What do you want to change within your life? So, all right, I'm gonna leave it here. I will put links to some of the things that I've mentioned down below. The information about the number 37. I will put the channeled message from Isis that I think is also really related to some of this information. And I'm gonna put a link to our healing services, just for anybody who's feeling stuck. If you are looking for something to try and help you shift past blocks, to get past things that you are struggling with in your life. Each of our sessions has, oh my God, I just kicked this again, sorry. I gotta stop moving so much while I'm talking. Yeah, so each of our sessions has a crystal grid. And even if you don't know which session might be right for you, which grid do you feel drawn to? Which one feels right to you? Let yourself be guided by that. And if you don't feel drawn to anything, but you still feel something might be important to you, reach out to Jennifer and I. I'll put our email down below. You can reach out and just ask me, can you check which session would be most helpful to me? And we are more than happy to check and find that out for you. All right, before I kick my tripod again, I am gonna let this go. Love to you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all of you, all of the light that you are bringing, all of the work that you are doing.